Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another What's Up Wednesday. Holy cow, it's Wednesday again. Let me tell you, there are about 52 of them every year, and we got a big show for you like we do every Wednesday at this time. If we're meeting for the first time, we've got a big group in here already. This is so great. Howdy, my name is Scott. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go small, that'd be the van. To live large, that'd be going to crazy places we're going to talk about tonight, because tonight's all about route planning, and I'm really excited to share this with you. This is something that's near and dear to my heart, and it's just glad to have you here on the live stream or watching the replay. We do this every Wednesday to help you be a better RVer, a van traveler specifically, whether you're no time still researching, part-time taking cool trips of days, weeks, or months, or even full-time traveler like myself. I got some statistics tonight that are going to blow my mind again, and maybe yours too. I don't know. Let me show you a couple things here, and we'll go in big, Scott. There we go. This is a survey we did earlier today, and I'm really happy to say that this is the #1 survey answer. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight is route planning. And again, what I'm going to share with you tonight may be familiar to some of you, but to others, it's going to be brand new information. And I'm not kidding when I tell you I learned all this mostly the hard way. Pretty great. But wait, there's more. And if route planning isn't top of mind for you, you can really ask me anything about van life. There really isn't much I haven't done, seen, or otherwise, including being in a car crash, being stranded. I have not been robbed. I've not been, stalked or anything crazy like that, I'm happy to say. But everything else is pretty much fair game tonight. Speaking of, are you ready for this? We are one day from a full moon. I think this is our second full moon of the year. And tonight, when you go outside and you look at that moon, please realize that you and me and all of us are looking at the same moon. Pretty crazy stuff. I just love the moon. There's something about it that is just so cool to me. I wish I could have been last man on the moon like Mr. Cernan, right? We'll get there, hopefully before my lifetime. We got about 20 years. They got to hurry up. We're going to say howdy to a lot of folks tonight, about bottom of the hour. And, of course, we have Libation Live. I have a brand new, never had a taste of this until about 15 minutes ago, just to break the seal. And this is a pretty storied brand. First time I've ever had it before. I'm kind of embarrassed to say. And, of course, we always have our weekly This Day in History. Apple Computer was involved. I'll give you a heads up there. And The Ventures is going to provide our Song of the Week. Have you heard of them? Probably not, but I know you know the song. And this is our Q&A format. If you can help me out there, this is the 3 stars and then 3 question marks. That helps your questions stand out in the chat stream, which I see right here, right there. And that will really help me out in a big, big way, which will help you out in a big, big way. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is if you're chiming in from someplace on planet Earth, because we're not to the moon yet, again, or Mars, let us know which country you're watching from. And if you're on vacation, checking into What's Up Wednesday, let me know. Put it in the chat. Send me a note off my website, and it would be a delight to put that country's flag, your country's flag, on the map, because this truly is an international sensation. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear tonight. I had a little technical difficulty with the audio. And you can give me a thumb up on that, and give me a thumb up if you're having a great day. And if you're having a crappy day, give me a thumb up. That'll just make you feel better. We got some really big announcements, so let's get into that real quick, and then we're going to get into the topic tonight, because I want to say hi to a bunch of folks. We got a bunch of new folks in here. This is so great. Where is my cursor? Okay, so my website is kind of destination, all things go small, live large, particularly around events. This year, 2024, is all about events because I want to meet you. I'm going to show you some statistics that we've had 8 million views of my content over almost 6 years, and uploaded over 700 videos, and I've got nearly 40,000 subscribers. Pretty cool, but I've only met a handful of you. Now that handful, you're so special to me, and you know what fun we have. But I would like to really take that up a notch this year. So in addition to What's Up Wednesday, we're doing roundups, which are meet and greets, caravans, which are driving our vans or car, if you don't have a van yet, from place to place. Van breeze, or what I call campouts, and we do Zoom events. So I got some big ones coming up, and so get your calendar. These are going to be on my website tonight or tomorrow. I couldn't quite get there. Wow, we got a big group. This is so great. So here we go. You ready? So get your calendar out. I'm going to zoom in here for you. Again, these will be on my website tonight or tomorrow. So the first thing is on Sunday, I'm doing a lot of YouTube Live this year. I'm really up in my game. So join us virtually on YouTube Live this Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Central, 10 Eastern. Join us for Bloody Marys. We're going to do this from Van Fest with some of my best Van Bees. We're going to make a Bloody Mary. I'm going to put the recipe on the website, and you can click off and join us live. And we're going to chat with the van owners. It's a really awesome group. You know who they are, some of them. Some of them you've never met before. So mark that down. Get the recipe for your favorite Bloody Mary. I gave everybody, all the van campers, an ingredient to bring, so it's going to be a hoot. So Bloody Mary Sunday with van owner chat, 9 o'clock Central this Sunday. Next, you ready? I'm really excited about this. This is, we're going to do a virtual tour and an in-depth on the Solus Pocket. This is brand new 36B floor plan. And what makes this special is that Mick with Winnebago Motor Homes in Rockford, Illinois. This is my home dealer. They just, are you ready for this? They ordered that rig in August. It's kind of end of January 2024. And they've just got it in literally last week. He called me, said, Scott, I know I promised you. And so we're going to make this happen. This is going to be on February 1. So it's about a week and a half from now. And it's going to be at 3 p.m. Central. It's going to only last about a half hour. But again, this will be on my website. You can click off, add the event to your calendar and the link. And he is super excited to share this really sought after, smallest RV that Winnebago makes, and it's brand new in the marketplace. Been out some places for a few weeks. It was really kind of debuted, Scott, that is, at the Super Show just last week. And I walked into it. I'm like, this thing's pretty effing cool. Because it's pretty effing small. And it's pretty effing full featured. Effing means for fun, you know. So that's what that's about. Okay, so set your markers for that. But wait, there's more. Yeah, tomorrow morning, we're going to have a Zoom with the GS Go Small Live Large Patreon True Believers Zoom at 11 a.m. Central. I'm going to do it right here from Titusville, Florida. And what we do is we Zoom for an hour. We talk about van chats, destination van tips, all kinds of great things. This is just for our Patreon folks. If you want to go to that website right there, you get all the details. There are 3 levels of Patreon, $0. You get some stuff. $10. Where's 10? Right there. 10. There we go. $1 a month, you get some more cool stuff. And for $20 a month, you get all in. You get the big enchilada, which includes that is not what I wanted. This one. Yeah. We're doing some really cool things, and I'm going to be posting on the Patreon page Total Eclipse Roundup. It's going to be in Texas, because it's rolling right over Texas. So you do need to kind of sign up, even at the $0 level, to get the information there. I am super pumped. I've solved this problem. I've been working on this for months in my brain, and I've solved how we're going to do this. That's going to be fun and fantastic. Also, I posted, we're going to host 25 vans at one of our Airbnb properties in Florida. That's called Glam Camp. That's in December of this year, only 11 months away. And I got to tell you, those that did this 2 years ago with me, you know what a rockin' time we have. So, again, we're going to do a lot of things around the Patreons because, again, I want to meet you. You know, 8 million views, 40,000 subscribers. You do the math. The chances of meeting, probably never. So what we want to do is do some fun things together and give you a reason to get in your van, get in your car, come talk to the van owners, talk to me, etc., etc. Fair enough? These are the van breeze, the campouts we have coming up. Some of these have been out there for a while. Some of these are just weeks away. I'm super excited. And then we have the Texas Hill Country Vanbree in mid-March. That is on my website live, so you can click off there and get all of that information. How are we doing so far? This is pretty good, great, right? So speaking of meeting and greeting, we did this at the Florida Super Show last week, and I got to tell you, I had such a blast. It was, we had 2 meet and greets, one at the Travato booth and one at the Sunshine State RVs booth. I got to tell you, you all showed up in spades. There was probably 50, well over 50 on the Wednesday at the Winnebago booth over that hour. And I'd say there's even more at the Sunshine State RVs booth on Thursday. So thank you everybody that made the trek one of those 2 days and and came out and said hello to the folks and met each other. We told stories and you talked amongst yourselves. It was just such a really a blessing on my heart. And just walking around the Super Show Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so many of you stopped me, and I do thank you for that, because I don't know who you are unless we've met a few times. You know, I'm getting old, so my brain doesn't work as my memory banks aren't as good as they used to be. And I just want to say thank you for everybody that stopped me and said hello, and thank you for helping you do it, whatever it is you want to do in your van. So Super Show, we got 11 months to figure out next year, and I had just a big blast. So again, thank you for everybody that showed up at the roundups and at the this saying hi to the show. Okay, a couple more things. This is January, New Year, right? So this is either a month for a lot of people to not drink booze. That ain't me. It's also to set your goals for the new year. Who's not doing that? And kind of do a reflection on the previous year, right? Who doesn't want to do a look back? So I'm really happy we got to do a little celebrating tonight before we get into the meat of the matter. And I wanted to kind of walk you through this. That's my AC turning on or off. That's what you hear, if you can hear that. Hopefully you can't. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in. So celebration. Why not pat ourselves, me, on the back? I couldn't believe this. I had to do the math. Kyle helped me with this. Kyle, my partner of a few minutes. Because I just want to because I'm terrible at math. I mean, there's a reason I live in a van. I am useless at math. You ready for this? This is pretty cool. So I verified it with somebody that's pretty good at math. I have been a full-time van traveler since February 2019, right at the end of the month, the 23rd of February 2019. So if you count the years, February to February, I have just completed my 5th year living full-time in a van. That'd be a van traveler. Full-time van traveler. Nobody wants to live in a van except me and a few of you. So that means this month, well, next month, I am starting my 6th year of full-time travel in the same van that I picked up from Mick at Winnebago Motorhomes in October of 2018. She don't look anything or perform anything like she did then, let me tell you. Some more good news. You ready for this? So this comes from vidIQ. It's a YouTube creator content analytics software package, and they keep track of what I'm doing. What can I do better? So again, over 700 videos I've uploaded. Achieved that just a couple weeks ago. And 8 million views was achieved on January 23rd, just a few days ago. And what's amazing is that 8 million, the million between 7 million and 8 million, we've accomplished since, I think it was just like 6 months ago. 6 months ago. I think it was October. So that's pretty stunning. So we're on a tear, but I want to share a few more things with you. You ready? This was the very first, this was just a couple days. I uploaded this before I went full-time. So this is when I was adding graphics, LOL, because I quickly started peeling them off all over my van. So that's when I entered full-time. And what's super cute is this. This was one of my very first interviews live. It wasn't live. It was a recorded interview with Russ Garfin. He was, now he's retired, Winnebago Class B kind of like director. He's the one that kind of invented the Travato. And there I am. He had absolutely no business talking to me, because I had about maybe 1,000 people. It was insane. So that was the first Super Show. Now we just crossed 5 years of Super Show. And what's even more, I kind of alluded to this a week or two ago. What's Up Wednesday, this program I've been doing for 3 years. We just literally concluded 3 years 3 days ago. And I'm now beginning my 4th year of What's Up Wednesday, which is a weekly program that I've been doing. If my gym routine was as great as this discipline, I'd look like Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was kind of young and pretty and muscly. So it's pretty amazing. And because, and I'm going to show you, this is my very first thumbnail. Can you please tell me what my topic was that night? I'm all over the place. We did talk about taxes. So that was pretty amazing. And I share all this with you because many of you have been there from the beginning. Many of you are just starting the journey with me. This is great. And it's really about all this working together to help accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. I'm just here sharing my journey, giving you some tips, bringing others in to share their story. and that's what it's all about. Pretty cool, right? Okay, speaking of campouts, we do want to shout out about this. This is coming up in just a couple weeks. I can't believe it already. This is February 5 and 7. If it's going to be held in Ocala, Florida, 3 days, 2 nights. It's sponsored by Sunshine State RVs. The 12 reserve sites are taken, but if the campground, which is Champions Run RV Resort, still has sites, you're welcome to join us. We really want to encourage the day guests. That's where you can come and talk to the van owners, look at the floor plans, look at how people are actually traveling in their van. A lot of you travel very differently than me, and that's what it's all about. It's free for day guests. Show up. Sunshine is going to be, we have a barbecue dinner. I'm so excited. Are you ready for this? Barbecue, bingo, and bourbon. That's what we're doing. So come join us. It's going to be great. The day guests are free. And if space is available, that's what we want to talk about. Or then come join us. All right, let's see. What else we got going on? Okay, let's talk about route planning real quick. But wait, there's one thing we want to do first, and that is this cursor thing. I've got to get better at it. Okay, ready for this? So route plan coming up. So hang tight. But first, we want to give a shout out to our sponsors of this segment of What's Up Wednesday. That is our great friends at Sunshine State RVs. Now, I mentioned that this year it's all about getting together. So this is what I'm helping put some skin in the game for. And that is I'm going to do a free Zoom with you. If you're looking to buy an RV, click this QR code quick. We'll show it again in a few seconds. The idea here is you can Zoom with me to talk about your van purchase with Sunshine State RVs. This goes off to their form, and they fill that out. And that's what we want to do, is really make that personal connection with you this year. Why Sunshine? Well, they're in beautiful Gainesville, Florida. They do only vans. They only sell vans. I did not buy my van from them, but they've done work on my Travato. I really believe in what they do, and I spent the whole week with them at the Super Show. And I got to tell you, they are a first-class act. If you have talked with them, you know I am not kidding. Again, all they do is vans. They do the best brands in the business, I would argue with you. And not only that, but they're doing mods now. So they have a mod showroom. You can actually put some of the same gear I have on mine. They're an authorized retailer and installer, Sunshine State RVs. And if you're not familiar with this, stop me. If you are, hang tight. Day of purchase, they give you 2 nights of camping just a few minutes away from the store. And they really want you to understand your van well. This is probably the biggest thing when we talk about RV dealers. This is everybody's number one beef, which is I can't get service. They guarantee if you buy a van from them, you can get service within 5 days. Pretty amazing. And they do phone tech support, which is stunning. And did we mention service? Yeah, it's just the biggest thing for folks to deal with. And it just takes the headache out of the game. And that's what we want you not to be dealing with. So again, the bonus is, or I'll zoom in here so you can see the QR code. This goes to the Sunshine State system, their contact me form. You fill it out, it goes to them, and then I get the information from Sunshine State RVs, and then you and I will schedule a Zoom. So that's what we want to do. We want to thank Nick and the team for for sponsoring this segment of What's Up Wednesday, which is route planning. You ready? Let us know if I've talked to Sunshine State RVs, and tell me if I'm telling the truth or not. Okay, here we go. Route planning. You ready? Yeah, we've seen all this. Okay, so this is kind of cute. So I've gotten 2 comments since I posted this. And the first one comes from Crow about route planning. Route planning is one of my catalysts for holding me back in RV acquisitions. It seems those selling Class B RVs might want to address those issues, keeping customers on the sidelines. Well, Crow, I would argue that that's my job. Our job, not an RV dealer's job necessarily, but I get it. And then Life is Good says, I would love to discover compact travel destinations where you can hang out for several weeks, really neat, and dig in and understand the environment. Quick, hurry is not what I seek. I want to fall in love with the place and the people who live there. So if you have any ideas for Life is Good in particular, I've got a couple. Let's get into it, shall we? So here's some tips I'm going to share. I do an hour-long class on this, so I'm definitely not going to take an hour. I'm just going to hit the highlights tonight because we want to get in and say hi to all these folks and answer some questions. And so let me kind of zoom in here so you can take a screenshot of this quick. So why do I plan my route? It reduces my decision fatigue. It reduces my campsite costs. It can reduce, which I actually kind of like doing, street camping, urban camping I call it, and overnighting in Walmart's, Cracker Barrels. Planning your route gives a general trajectory, which prevents crisscrossing back and forth. I found that I can slow down and explore a little bit more. I plan, but I savor the surprise. And what is route planning? For me, it's a sense of direction to a destination. Map out when, where, and what to see. Make some reservations. Create a deadline or a time frame. Let me explain what I'm talking about there just a little bit. So when I started out in February 2019, I literally planned every day where I was going. That lasted about, I don't know, 15 minutes because I was driving myself crazy trying to stay on the plan. Right? But I need to have a sense of direction so I know how am I going to get there? Where do I need to go? What's along the way I want to see? And what I learned is, and what I still do to this day, is I take the back road, try and stay off the freeway. If I'm on the freeway, I look for the brown signs with the directional signs, the historic district, trailhead, stuff like that. I make a reservation. I might stay for a day or two, but the next reservation is not when I leave that reservation destination and run to the next one. What I do is I leave 2 to 3 days in between those reservations so that I can explore. That's what I found to be really comfortable for me. Many of you know what I'm talking about. So route planning. You want to show that again? So if you didn't get that, here it is, big time. Take a picture quick. Here's the next one. Be curious. Explore places. To me, this is what van life's all about. Itching or scratching that itch of what's behind the corner, what's behind that brown sign, what's behind that trailhead entry, and what's just around the corner with people, places, culture, tastes. You got to be curious. If you're really not curious, or you want to work on your curiosity skills, the van travel, I don't think there's any better way to go, because wherever the van is, you put it in park, you're at camp, and now you can go explore. And you got to be, I won't say brave, but you got to be curious, because if you don't really have a sense of security or don't want to learn how to exercise your sense of security, you're going to be miserable, because all you're going to think of it's small, it's slow, it's not enough storage, all the things, right? I'm preaching to the choir probably. Okay, let me zoom in a little more. So be curious, explore places. That's the whole point. Visit places you would not normally visit. I'll give you some tips on how to do that in a second. Take the back roads, use a navigation app. I use Apple Maps, and what I can do there is click off highways, is what they call it. It's really interstate. So by turning off interstate navigation, it takes you to the county, the state, and U.S. highways. So much better. Use less traffic, just me and the truckers, baby. That's so great. Okay. Pull over to research quickly if there is something coming up, or have your co-pilot research. So brown signs are my favorite thing. I've had so many. What in the world how did I drive by that? So I found a brown sign. I've made a list of criteria, what makes me stop. Architecture, there we go. Architecture, history, historic districts, distilleries. And because I know what my criteria are to stop, see if there's something there. Nature, hikes. I find something that's kind of curious. I pull over to the next exit, examine real fast what it is, how far away it is, how interesting is it, what else is kind of around there. And then if it's interesting, there I go. Because I'm not racing, because I left 2, 3 days in between my reservations. Check it out, and if it's kind of about want, sometimes it does. But now you know. Get back on the road and keep moving. So you really need, I think, kind of get what are your criteria. Historic districts, I love small towns. Again, points of interest, parks, dams, trailheads. Harvest Host, Boondockers Welcome, Harvest Host in particular, super great, because it takes you places where I wouldn't necessarily go to. I've had some of the best experiences of what the hell by going to a Harvest Host. It's a winery, it's a distillery, it's a farm, and the cutest little towns are off the beaten path, and I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. Once you kind of get there, my advice is to ask locals for advice. Great advice come from retailers, food servers, bartenders, or in particular, chambers of commerce, visitor bureaus. Those are all great resources for finding out what's around me. Should I stay? And to the comment from the nice viewer, should I stay more than just a few days? And if you are, then what's going to be exciting is finding a place to stay more than just a night, right? So here's my tips on that. Let me know if you hear anything new. We got all your questions coming up. Hang tight. Again, Harvest Host, I mentioned that. Boondockers Welcome. What Boondockers Welcome is, so many of you probably know Harvest Host is commercial property. They let you stay one night. They expect you to buy something. Okay. But then you can kind of scout around. And if you find you want to stay, there's probably a few Boondocker Welcome that's private property owned by somebody that probably has or did have or wants to have an RV. And many of the Boondocker Welcome let you stay for free. Some even give you like water and electricity for a few bucks, but they let you stay up to 5 nights. So you kind of see, hey, historic district, and you find out there's a Harvest Host there. You really fall in love with the area. You stay, maybe there's 2 or 3 Boondocker locations in the same vicinity. You can stay 3 to 5 nights, whatever the host wants to do. But if they're 3 to 5 nights each, you could stay 3 different reservations, and stay a couple weeks almost. Pretty cool for free, and really fall in love like the viewer is talking about. Many of you are familiar with these apps, so I won't go into a whole lot of it, but again, take a screenshot quick. And I use all of these sometimes, infrequently. Why do you have favorites here? Overlander for like nature, BLM, Bureau of Land Management, Campendium, right? Here's what I do. I used to write this stuff down on my iPad, and it changed so much it just kind of drove me bananas. So what I do now is I use the calendar on an Apple platform, and I create an event. It's an all-day event, and I put in there the address, where I'm going, all the details down in the comments, and I can see that across my day, week, or days or weeks to see where I'm going next. It is such a delight to get in the van, click the calendar, and click the address, and off we go. So I would recommend, it's what I found to work really well. Some of you, paper maps, you trace stuff out. Some of you do spreadsheets. It's pretty awesome. Okay, one last little thing here, and we like to talk about this. Let me zoom in here. Here, grab that picture quick. And this is free and paid campsite. So I'm a big believer in city, county, and state. I haven't tried hard with national parks. They're tough to get into. Fairgrounds, those are kind of undiscovered, not overly attractive, but they're certainly around. Commercial RV parks like a KOA or something like that. The way I roll, what I do is I'm kind of harvest hosting, street camping, combination of maybe going someplace that doesn't have any hookups, like a Boondocker Welcome, and then I go into a KOA every 6 or 7 days to empty the tanks, fill the tanks, do laundry, just chill. And that's how I like to roll. It's really been a pretty cool process for me. Casinos are a huge way to camp for free. Most of them have a separate parking lot, or let you stay overnight. There's lots of security. We all know about Walmart, Cracker Barrel. I have not stayed in a Walmart in, I don't know, a couple years because they suck. Many of them are not letting us stay. Cracker Barrel, a much better experience. Be sure you go in and ask. Please buy something from them. Thank them for allowing RVers to stay there. These folks that think they can get away just showing up at a Cracker Barrel and mooching, literally, are going to spoil it for everybody. So please, go in, buy something, even a candy bar. Thank them for letting us stay, because when they turn that off, it's really going to be miserable for a lot of us. Paid parking lots, that's what the 2 apps are. Spot Hero on the left, ParkWiz on the right. What this is, it will find a parking lot for you, show you what it looks like in the app. And oftentimes if you show up, and I kind of think of this in a large urban setting, so a bigger city, a bigger town, you can look up the location and then kind of see what's around there. You might want to stay and go visit, art museum, whatever, a couple restaurants, history. Roll into the paid parking spot with that app, roll in at 8 p.m. and by, I don't know, till 8 a.m. the next day, and it's super cheap. Look at the pictures. I would encourage you not to buy until you go see it in person. Is it a good area? Is it there are height restrictions? I have a favorite parking lot in downtown Chicago. It's a service parking lot 1 block from the Apple Store on the Chicago River. Last summer, 2 summers ago, I stayed 3 days, 2 nights in that parking lot. It cost me $60. with my house with me. It's so amazing. And of course, on-street parking, urban camping, I call it. We've done a lot of videos on that. And then friends and family, Boondocking. You can hang out with them, plug your van into their household outlet, probably can do that. And then you can stay for as long as you want, and you can stay in your germs and quietness, not in their rat's nest and all the noise. It's pretty cool, right? So hopefully that was helpful on route planning. Again, I've done a number of workshops about this, done a number of videos on these types of things. Hopefully you found that helpful. Give it a thumb up if you did learn anything on route planning. I'm sure some of you have got some things to say. Wow, we got a big group in here. I'm just really pleased. Okay, looking for some questions, and that's what it looks like this. Yeah, so you can help me out there. Okay, let's take a look. I'm going to zoom all the way to the top. Wow, we got a lot of folks in here. So we got Bill, Joe, and Rob. So great. We're going to see, well, a couple of you this weekend. Let's see. We got Sharon in the house. She's a lovely lady. Thank you for being one of our latest Patreon. Marcia, great to see you at the Super Show. Sorry some of your life changes have caused you to kind of scale back van life, van travel a little bit, but you'll get there. Eric, good to see you. Is this Adventure Van, Eric? I think I need to reach out to you about this weekend. See, Ron's in the house. Good to see you. Hello, Scott, hanging out. Oh, you said that. Yes, thank you. Here's John. Sue and John checking in from windy Florida Keys. Yeah, we were there for Christmas. John, great to see you. I think you're coming to the Ocala Vanbury, right? With Sunshine RV. Yeah, we were there and it was just terrible weather. So we've got David in the house. I think you signed up, David, for the zero fee Patreon. Thank you for that. Sherry's in the house. Jamaica. I was just in Jamaica actually a few weeks ago. Thank you for doing what you do there, Sherry. She's truly a saint on earth. Here's Jane and Roger, driving from Byron, Illinois. You're kidding me. Your gas is $2.90. I just filled up today for $3.19. Now I'm irritated. What's up? Illinois always got more expensive gas. Holy cow. You and Peter did a great job with the live tours. Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. He was being dragged along kicking and screaming, but by the one or third time, he was actually pretty good at it. He's really a shy guy. He really doesn't like to be in front of the camera. But he had a blast, and we got the biggest thumb up from Nick Recchio. He's the GM of Coachman RV's B-Van division, and from Nick Schmidt, one of the owners of Sunshine State RVs. They really loved what we did, how we did it, why we did it. And if you didn't know, Rover Van Gear, the same stuff that the Ladder tire carrier at least, is now part of standard equipment on an option package on the Coachman Nova. And they got a lot more plans. I think if you're coming to the Ocala RV show at the end of February, the first days of March, you're going to see some of that. He always lets more cat out of the bag than he should, Nick does, Recchio. Thank you for that. Beyond the Fern, we're going to see you in a few days, ma'am. I can't wait. I've never been to the Star Gainesville KOA. She and I love KOAs. Let's see. Here's Dave in the house. Great to see you. Here's Peggy Owens. Nice. Actually, High Springs. That's a great town. I think I've been there many times actually. Justin in the house. We're going to see you in a few days, sir. Annoyingly muggy and hot today. Yeah, it's going to be hot this weekend. I'm like, we're going to be in the middle of a field, and good thing we got lithium systems. We can run our AC without being plugged in. Pretty great. Jack and Gail, good to see you. Greetings from finally warm North Carolina. Those are great folks. Gail, you're awesome. Jack, you are too. Trying to lean in. I need to get glasses. Let's see. Looking for some questions. Here's Peggy. Thank you. Good. Oh, here's Kim and Tim. Hey, what's up? Yeah, Kim and Tim. They got a Travato. Have you considered a caravan trip with fellow van folks? Yes. Would love to do that for sure. Safer fun would be good community time. Yeah, we've done that several times. We haven't done it lately. It takes a considerable amount of planning, but yes, we are planning those. Thank you for that. Here's Tin Can Carl at Rancho del Caro. Probably got that wrong. Good to see you. Here's Goofball in the house. Shelby, good to see you. Oh yeah, see how the van cam's doing out here. Let's try that. Okay. Nobody stole my iPhone yet, and it hasn't fallen off the van. So this is mounted to the outside of the van, clearly. Steve's in the house. Are you joining us? Cedar Key, are you kidding me? I am jealous, sir. I love Cedar Key. I think you have my contact information. Can you send me a note tonight so I can... I need to talk to you about something, sir. Adam's in the house. Adam, this might be a new name. Hi, everyone. It's window open night in the camper van here in Patrick Space Force Base. No way. Is that in Texas? Adam, nice to have you here, sir. Thank you for doing that. Appreciate that. Rose Life, thumbs up. Appreciate that. Here's Joe. Have you done a video on your Winnebago G floor plan versus new floor plan, the pros and the cons? Oh, yes. We've done quite a few of those. Mesa Mike's got the newer floor plan. I've got the older. Just search back. Just type in. I think you go to my page on YouTube and type in Travato 59GL. It should pop up. You have to kind of search. It's got a red and yellow thumbnail, I think. Mason Mike did a great job of helping us with that. There's some big differences. And I spoke with Chris Beanert at the Super Show. He's the guy that's kind of running the Class B program now that Russ is gone. And he kind of whispered there's some sought-after changes in the next model year. So it's same as, there's absolutely nothing new in the Travatos this go-around. I would even say the Solus line, which means they're probably putting all their energy into what's next, right? I think that's kind of like Apple this year. So, yes, Joe, if you just, even a Google search, 2000, anything up to 22, Travato versus anything before that, or the other way around, you know what I mean? Should bring it up. If you watch one of mine, that'd be great. Giant differences. Here's Live Free in Western Mass. You guys got 265 in Massachusetts? What's going on in Florida? Oh my God. That's making me mad. Here's Pam Famous from Fort Myers. One of my favorite places and a great place to urban camp. Done it so many times. That's such a great downtown. I love that. Roads of Life. Yeah, Gene Cernan. He is one of my heroes. There's a great documentary on his life on PBS. If you haven't seen that, Last Man on the Moon is the name of the documentary. That guy had a storied life. Literally the last. Everybody knows the first guy on the moon. Few know the last man on the moon. And he just died last year. Gene Cernan, didn't he? What an amazing story. Gary wants to know, have you stayed at any of the national park campgrounds? A real challenge to nab sites these days, and that's kind of the problem. I have not stayed at many because of that. There's a lot of cool places to go that aren't the big places. I've discovered now. There are places I'd like to go. Maybe, imagine making a reservation a year out and then trying to get, I don't know. It's too much planning, too far in advance for me. But state parks have been a home run. State parks are equally as grand. Way less crowds, and so I'm going to try and do more this year. I don't know. Maybe somebody can, I don't know. Roads of Life. What is the most important thing to know about safety in an RV? Don't be paranoid. Use your common sense. Joe and Kate Russo's, my heroes. I would not be here, and many of you may not be here because of what I learned from Joe and Kate. We're the Russos. They're starting to do podcasts, they call them. They're not live like this, but they're recorded and they upload them as a video. They just did one on safety. As a 26-year veteran policeman giving advice. If you haven't seen that, I listened to it in its entirety today, and he gave some really good advice. Kind of from the policeman point of view, which is always be aware of your surroundings, and he's got levels of threat warning. There was white and yellow, orange, and then red. They're doing a pistol shooting. They're doing all this crazy stuff. So if you're really concerned about that, he gives some amazing advice. I will take some of that too. When I get to a joint, I don't want my back to the door. I want to see what's going on around me. That's part of what he was talking about. But don't let, and I think the first tip, this guy, Jeff, I think was his name on Joe and Kate Go RVing show, said, life is not what you see on the news. Life is not what you see on the scroll. And I think if people would just stop that stuff, stop watching it and thinking that's reality, it happens for sure. But if you just spend a couple hours a day looking at all the ridiculousness that's literally going on online, all they're trying to do is make you stop and watch by putting the worst of our society out there. And let me tell you, starting my 6th year next month, never had a problem. Just say it. Ontario, oh my gosh, Canadians take over Florida this time of year. It's so great. Ontario. Thanks, Jay Wes. Here's Matt. Good to see you, Matt. Did you get some sleep after the Tampa show? No, because I've been working really hard on everything else. Thank you for asking. I only sleep about 4 or 5 hours a night anyway, so go to bed at 9, wake up at 2, work till 5, up at 6 type of deal. You know. Here's Steve in the house. Where will you be on April 8th, the total eclipse? We have some plans for that, sir, and we will be announcing that on the Patreon site. I'm really excited. It just came to me. I don't know why I didn't think about it earlier, but it's going to be a ton of fun. Jamaica flag, please. Oh, yes, ma'am. Sherry sent me a text to remind me. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah, right? Oh, good job. Roads of Life. He's like saying the quality of video is poor. Hopefully, I'm on a weak signal here, but hopefully it's improving a little bit. Do you have enough storage in your GL, or do you wish you had more? Also, any packing tips? I've got empty space in my GL. I've learned how not to take everything I need. 1 in, 1 out rule, including the bourbon. Any packing tips? Yeah, on clothing. This is funny. Packing tips on clothing. So I fold my pants in, put them together, and I fold them in half one way. Then you roll them up, and by rolling, they slide into the cabinet and take up way less room. Thank you, Kate Russo. Shirts, t-shirts do the same thing. Fold them in half, put the arms over, fold them in half again, and then roll them up. I've actually learned how to fold underwear. It's way better. And there's a trick to that. You fold them in half, and then you fold them in half again, and then you put the waistband over, and you kind of tuck the leg in, and is a superior solution to what I've been doing, which is kind of rolling them up this way, and they were all over the place. So folding and rolling is your key to storing clothes properly, I would argue. Hopefully that helps. How are we doing on time? Oh my gosh, we're 44 after. Okay, so let me, we may go a few minutes over. Where is my cursor? Oh, what do you think? Libation Live? Let's see. We're kind of saying here, oh my gosh, Sherry, look at this. There's no Jamaica flag. Oh, I'm so excited. You made my day. We will put that on there. Thank you for that. But yeah, we were just in Jamaica. You're a saint for sure. Okay, Libation Live, you ready for this? Let's do this. So this comes from, come on. This is Michter. Is that how you say it? I can't believe, where's my glass? I've never had this before, like ever. I see it all the time. The whole point of Libation Live, ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us for the first time, is not to kind of drink on YouTube Live. But inspiration came from Traveling Robert. Great guy. Saw him at the show. Saw Mike and Jen Wendland, RV Lifestyle. Who else do we see? Oh my gosh, the Morton's on the Move. And the other one that's got the man, the woman, the kid. They had a... anyway, so what was the point, Scott? So Robert has an IPA. He loves IPAs. This is Sharing Tastes from the Road. I learned about country music and bourbon from van travel. Never would have done either. Pretty sure if I didn't have a van. So I'm just put a little in here. And I'll tell you the story. And again, if you're going to Harvest Hosts, they have dairy and cheese and goat milk and all kinds of stuff. Wineries, really popular. Breweries, distilleries. It's just really, really great. And cheers, everybody. What's great about this brand, it really started way back in the 1700s and then kind of went out of business. And now the company's come back restoring a legend. You can't read the fine print, but go to their website. It's just michters.com. They're right downtown Louisville. Sadly, I've not been there yet, but I got to tell you, this is really delicious. You know, the big brands and the craft stuff too. I mean, I just love the craft stuff. Mm. It's just got a beautiful color to it. I really like the bottle. It's a really handsome bottle. To me, half the art's on the outside, not what's inside. Sometimes the fancier the bottle, the worse the product. You ever seen that? Gonna get your questions. Hang tight. This day in history. You ready for this? This is pretty funny. So Apple Computer, 40 years today. 40 years ago today, places the Macintosh personal computer on sale in the United States for the first time. 1984. Who hasn't seen that super famous commercial? 116 years ago. Let's give a hand clap to old Robert Baden-Powell for establishing the Boy Scouts. Raise your hand, please, if you were a Boy Scout. I made it. I was a Life Scout. I was about 13 badges. They're really hard ones. From an Eagle Scout, and I aged out. I had the best time in Boy Scouts. I'm telling you, we were bad Boy Scouts. We ran the troop, even though we had a scoutmaster. His name was Mr. Keys. What I learned was, it really wasn't apple juice that was in his glass. It was beer. So he just let us have free reign. It was back in the good old days when you had fun things to do if you were kind of doing them right. We just had just a great experience with Boy Scouts. And the other one here is Mr. Keys. God love your soul, sir. 176 years ago today, the California Gold Rush begins. Mr. Marshall finds gold at the Sutter's Mill near Sacramento, and it kind of put California on the map. The Golden State, right? Pretty interesting. And let's just do this since we're on a roll. If you're having fun, give us a thumb up. There we go, because she's pretty, right? Let me zoom in here for you. I'm dying to tell you this story. I'm kind of an old guy. I'm a year and a half from being 60, right? So this song came out way before and the digital stuff. When's the last time you heard this? Yeah, the theme song from Hawaii 5-0. Not 50, 5-0. It's by The Ventures. Tune up your music app tonight and listen to that theme song. It will bring you back immediately the first time and the many times you've seen that TV show. Best theme song ever, voted by many. It was a cover song. It was the biggest for the band, The Ventures, and Hawaii 5-0. Jack Lord, remember him? Oh my gosh. What was his star? Jack Lord was his real name. Steve Garrett, right? Hawaii 5-0 ran from 1968 to 1980. And you can hear that song, and I swear to God, you can smell the ocean. You can see that wave and the jiggling hula babies, and it's like, I actually got so excited. I'm not even sure how this came up. I actually went on and bought the first 2 seasons. You can buy them on Apple TV. And I'm telling you, I did the same thing with Starsky and Hutch. What was the other one? The Munsters. Now, if you're camping with me the next, I don't know, few months, we might get out the projector and project The Munsters on the side of the van. When's the last time you've seen The Munsters? Oh my God, they're so funny. And in black and white. For anybody under like, I don't know, 40, they're like, black and white? What is that? You didn't have color? So I would challenge you to spin up, buy an episode. It's $2.99 of Hawaii 5-0, and just let it take you back. What I've been finding is it is so refreshing from the content you see today that's overproduced, over-violent. It's just good storytelling. It's really simple, and it's not quite as cheeky as the original Star Treks, but they're just really well done. Starsky and Hutch, The Munsters, that one's a little cheeky, I have to admit. The Hawaii 5-0 with Jack Lord. Oh my God. So do yourself a favor. Okay, fair enough. Okay, let's go back to your questions. I'm having a ball tonight. How are you doing? So great. Okay, here we go. Just got a question, so 10 minutes. So we go for about an hour. So we got about 10 minutes left. And Joe's got a question here. We might go a little over. See how fast we can go. Joseph wants to know, hi, what are the pros and cons of the new Winnebago G floor plan versus your floor plan? 4 big key areas, I think, is this dining room, great room as I call it, completely doesn't exist in its current version as mine does. There's no jump seat. You got automotive seats. You got a lagoon table. You don't have this permanent table. If you can see me from the van, all that stuff you're looking at doesn't exist in the new floor plan. It's nice, but it's that's number one. Number two is they raised the um, floor in the shower by about 3 to 4 inches. So for a normal size male that wants to urinate standing up, it's kind of a problem because you got to turn your head because the floor is too tall to install a gravity drain versus the pump situation that I have, which is actually totally fine. The third big thing is they kind of changed the bedding system. I prefer still a Murphy bed, but I really prefer mine. It's much more attractive on the inside when the bed's up. Mason might keep me honest. And then there's just some little changes that are, all the water stuff's on the inside versus be on the outside. It's still a great floor plan, and nobody's copied it. It just boggles my mind. Nobody's copied it. There's some that kind of get close-ish. The Westphalia, the Road Trek Pivot, the Ridgeline by Airstream is kind of close with the front. And it's kind of cool. The trend I'm seeing, Joseph, from the Super Show is many are ditching the Lagoon table because they figured out that this is really important in a van life experience. So those are some differences. Let's see. David Green wants to know, Scott, we'd be planning to come up to Northern Illinois this year. Would love to meet up with you and other Go Small, Live Large folks. I'm hoping so. I'll certainly be in Michigan in August for the Volta campout, but we usually make a swing through. We'll see. Love to meet you. Or, there's a lot of stuff going on around Chicago, so you might have to get in your car and drive a little bit. We'll see. We'd love to meet you. Here's Alfred. Love him. He is so great. Rancho Cucamonga. Alfred. Bought my ticket to the Silver Mine tour. Ryan's in the house. He's one of the earliest guys. Great job covering the Super Show. Hope you get to relax soon. I'm self-employed, sir. And thank you for that. I appreciate that. Great job covering the Super Show. A lot of fun. What we did differently this year is we did live streams across those, and it really made a giant difference. Otherwise, I'd be a nervous wreck. I wouldn't be going van camping with y'all. Many of you this weekend because I still be editing videos. So I'm really leaning into YouTube Live. I got a bunch of equipment, trying to figure out how to use it. And the Bloody Mary Sunday van chat with the owners is really kind of the first one. And then we're doing the Winnebago Solus 36B with Winnebago Motorhomes, Rockford, Illinois. Yeah, making the team are just awesome, right? This is just to piss you off, Mason Mike. Hey, Vanbro, why do you do Zoom calls on days when us sorry saps have to work really? Thank you for joining What's Up Wednesday. Well, that too. But the Patreon, True Believers Patreon level. I'm glad you're gainfully employed, so you can put some ring in the till for me. I've been doing one on Saturdays, but we're kind of up in the game, doing one on a weekday, one on a weekend day, probably a Saturday. So you got here at the right time when we just have one tomorrow morning. But we're doing 2 a month, and we'll be posting that for February coming soon. So glad you're gainfully employed, so am I. I guess you got to pick the days and times. Hey, Jacqueline. Great meeting you at the Gaines, Jacqueline. Super great meeting you at the Gainesville Jamboree. Hope to see you again soon. Jackie, rally coordinator. Oh, yeah, she was great. Gave us T-shirts. Great gal. And that's what I love, right? Yeah, Gene Stern and Apollo. Oh, that's right. That's right. And Apollo 17 was the last one, right? Maury Van's in the house. They got a YouTube channel, so does Roads of Life. Go hit them up. Mason Mike, hey Vanbro, when are you going to start up more travel videos? It's been a while since you did one. We'll probably post one soon. I've got some stuff coming out. We're doing a little more kind of like how-to. We've got how to empty your black tank coming up. I love doing travel videos. They're just a lot of work, and they just don't get a lot of views. And we need the paycheck. So van tours work really well. But yeah, you're right. It's time. Here's Georgia Jack. I understand you can't read every comment on there, but do you read them after the show is over? Generally, yes. I kind of scan to see what's there. I'm going to start turning the questions into videos, short ones. Not a lot of stuff. I'm just really trying to put the content out there this year, plus do all these campouts, like one a month, a couple roundups a month. So I'm just going all in over time. So yes, Jack. Ish question. More travel videos. Yeah. I got, yeah. Hey, Kendra, nice meeting you. Oh, yes. And here's Vanlife with Steve. Good to see you, sir. Bobby, these guys are great. Work is overrated. When we booked Peace and Love events, I was working hybrid. Now I'm full-time back in the office. So Steve is driving to Florida. I'll be flying there Tuesday night. Thank you for, putting it all in. Really appreciate it. Hopefully my signal is... So I'm on my T-Mobile. It's 250 down. It's about 10 up, which is just at the threshold. Anything above 5 is doable. So let's see. Scanning for questions. John, got your notes, sir. Thank you. Enjoying this episode like all the others. Still in Spokane. At least it's been above freezing for a while. John's a great guy. Here's Beyond the Fern. Frisco T had a repair done at Sunshine State RVs. Just a great service department. Yeah, they're just the greatest, right? Don't you love it when they bring you out and they show you what they did and they show you the broken part? I'm like, there's just something about seeing what was broken and why you're paying for a new thing, right? In my case, it was my toilet seal. I'm like, holy cow, dude, get some rubber gloves on. What's up? I was so embarrassed, but I need a toilet seal. Like the one on the bottom of the bowl, where the little flapper thing comes up. That's what finally gave out after owning this van since October of 18. How many gazillion times did I flush that? It finally gave. It wouldn't hold water anymore. Let's see. Yeah, doing Bisbee, Alfred, and this is the Weird Wild West. I've sent a note to the producer. I have not heard back yet. They say the dates are there, but there's absolutely nothing updated, and it's end of April, so it's coming up 60 days. I'm a little surprised. Hopefully I'll get an answer back, and we'll see what's going on. Here's Jacqueline's talking about SSRV, Nick Schmidt. Yeah, he's just the greatest. Here's Lynn. Bought my Noah from Sunshine, best RV dealer. Yeah, it's just, they're not going to give you the best price, but they're going to give you the best everything else. And what's that saying? When the pain of the price wears off, the pain of not getting what you bought, whatever that saying is, right? It totally is it. Gary wants to know, any tips for van travel planning in the winter other than go south, especially since there's fewer camping options? The Wendlands RV Lifestyle, they love to go winter camping in January in Michigan. They take all the water out. They flush the toilet with RV antifreeze. I've never been there winter camping, so I don't have any tips other than go south. If you can't go travel, I would just have my van kind of plugged into the house and just go spend a few nights in the van. Turn the furnace on and just have some fun in your van, right? Man cave, lady cave. Great question here, Dan. How many times have you had to have your brake pads and rotors replaced? I am on my third set. The originals, they lasted a long time. Then I had a third-party non-Ram dealer put them in. They didn't last as long, and then I went and had a whole new set. It was very expensive. Put in at the Ram dealer in Prescott, Arizona. It was actually kind of a catastrophe because one of the brake things seized up on the thing, so it stranded me. Of course, it always happens on the weekend. But yeah, so I'm on my third, and I might be doing my fourth set of K02 BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. I'm going to talk to Discount Tire next week. Krista, we got to get you on the show, lady. I need to reach out to you. Rockwall, Texas. That is... I've been to Rockwall. That's a cool place. There is a McLean's RV there, right? Rockwall? Yeah, McLean's RV. Let's see, how are we doing on time? Wow, we still got a big group in here. Do you want me to keep going? If you want me to keep going, I'm happy to stay here. We got a few more minutes. Give me a thumb up if you want me to stay, and I'll see that. Which view do you like better? I always kind of like showing what's going on, right? It's probably driving me crazy, though. Okay, here's Lyle in the house. These guys are great. Van Travel makes driving the back roads so much more enjoyable. Used to drive larger RV, pulling a vehicle, stayed only on major highways. Yeah, because it's easier, right? Um, ugly ads. Not sure what you mean, sir. Please elaborate. Here's... Yeah, this is Frisco T. Beyond the Fern has a YouTube channel. Solo traveling female in a Coachman Beyond Transit base van. This is the first trip where I purposely left gaps between events so I can be spontaneous and explore an area. The only planning is where I can park overnight. Bass Pro, Cracker Barrel, etc. Yeah, I've learned it just really reduces my stress, so congrats on trying that out. And I've got a question here. I'm into bird photography. My route is always to the next bird festival or area where birds are migrating. It's a great way to explore the country. Yeah, and I see a lot of signs for bird sighting, right? Along the way. You probably are familiar with the app. Where's my phone? It's over there. Where you can hear the bird sounds and it identifies the birds and different places like that. But yeah, good job, sir. Photography, love that. So here's route planning. Mason Mike, I only like to plan half my trip so I can be more spontaneous. I just go. I want to go. I may do Harvest Host mixed with Cracker Barrel boondocking spot once a week campsite and once a week campsite to do chores. Yeah, you got to nail down, sir. And I'm really happy you're are able to get out on the road with your new employment situation. Here's Doris. Hey Scott, love the videos. Question: how can we help you improve your algorithms of the videos to help you grow your channel? Like, comment, not skip commercials. Yeah, I share. I'm pretty transparent with this audience. Doris, thank you. Adonis, thank you so much for your question. I learned some really disturbing information at the Super Show by another famous YouTuber that you probably watch. Disturbing because he's actually paying YouTube for them to promote his videos. And that's why he's raced ahead of me. He was always a few thousand subs behind me, but now he's crossed over 50,000. My total income from YouTube, we share this, is from when I monetized in April of 2020, so in just a couple months, I made $61,000 in 4 years. So you got to have these other streams of income. And if YouTube is promoting videos that they're getting paid to promote, I only might make $50, maybe $100 off a video for like a year. And if I'm paying YouTube $100 or $200 to promote, so there's other things. Like maybe that's what this gentleman's talking about up here. So watching the ads is important. Letting them play through. I know they're kind of annoying. If you don't like the ads, just buy the YouTube subscription. It's $20 a month, ladies and gentlemen. All the ads go away. I do get a tiny sliver of that when you watch a video, but all the ads go away. If you don't like the ads on YouTube, pay them $20 and they go away. It's pretty cool. It's called paying for what you like. And that's why we have Sunshine State RVs. That's why I have partners like Embassy RV, Volta. I do Winnebago. So you got to do all this other stuff to make a living to do this. You're the consumer. You get all of this for free. Unless you want to get in the game a little bit. That's why we're doing like the Patreon. If you don't like the commercials on YouTube, just pony up $20. I mean, seriously, it's 4 Starbucks visits in a month, and you're done. Watch the videos, like them, comment, share them. Those all help. I'm trying to put up content that the algorithm will pick up. How do I empty my waste tank? That one's coming up very soon. Travel videos, that's why I don't do a lot, because they don't perform well. Van tours, people like van tours, so I do a lot of those. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you for the question. Appreciate it. Kind of preaching to the choir here. Oh, here's a super chat. These things help. More jingles. Yes, Bobby, thank you. And in all honesty, I appreciate, thank you, Bobby. We're going to see you soon. I'm so excited. And here's Peggy, thank you, $5 overtime pay. I'd actually rather, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. Really appreciate it. If you really want to donate, become a Patreon. YouTube takes 30 cents out of every dollar that you donate here. They pay for the server farm, so I get it. but I'd rather have you be a Patreon thing. Patreon takes, I think, 5% versus 30%, and we're building a community together. 8 million views, 700 videos uploaded, 40,000 subscribers. I would rather you put your few dollars there at Patreon and then be part of the action face-to-face and virtually with Zoom, to be quite honest. This is fun. We'll jingle this anyway occasionally, but that's what I would love, and let you be engaged there. So a lot of thumbs up. So here's Gumbo back here. So let's see what he says. Getting ads randomly during your live shows so far, only the ones I can skip, started last week. Gumbo, if you watch a lot of YouTube, man, just pony up $20. All the ads go away, as far as I know. $20 and all the ads go away. Interrupting the live stream, that would be super annoying to me. I'd be like, where can I pay? $20 a month. I mean, Patreon, $0, $10, or $20. $20 a month gets you all in. We're going to be doing stuff like the Vanbury I talked about in December. It's only at the True Believer $20 level. Go to patreon.com/go small live large. It's all right there. We're going to be doing a ton of that stuff starting tomorrow. And this, anyway, the Eclipse thing is going to be only Patreon people. Why? Because they're the true believers. They're the ones I really enjoy meeting in person. So now I sound like a commercial. All right. Okay, folks, let's looks like we're done. Thank you for that. So let's do this. And for the Patreon True Believers, we'll see you in the morning. I'm really excited. It's just a van chat. There's so many of you on the road right now. I'm going to see a bunch of you this weekend. That's part of the Patreon thing, right? So just a thumb up, and thank you for another great show tonight. Great seeing so many of you at the Super Show last week. It was so incredibly heartwarming, and just was a real injection to me to help me, what's the right word, recommit to you, to me, to this channel, to helping people's dreams come true, hopefully through van travel. And if you never have a van, you can live vicariously through us all. And if you really want to behind the scenes stuff, just get involved a little bit. Pay YouTube $20 a month, and all the ads go away. Super annoying. I get it. It's like ads in apps. We're not talking anyway. So thank you very much. We'll see you next Wednesday. We've got some really big guests coming up over the next few months. We got Airstream. We got Road Trek, Westphalia. We've got so many, and I'd love to get many more of you on the program to tell your story. So with that, we'll call it a wrap for tonight. Thank you very much, and we will see you on the road. Journey on, and make sure I get my thing right.